But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are, Holmes. Did you have any problems?
None, apart from a few small things. What have you found out about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hands.
And in the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
What?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling powers. Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he guard himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
The chaos will only last for the time he needs.
You mean to say?
That these poor wretches will all die. 48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hans's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it will collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never. Look, Holmes, there appears to be some sort of control panel.
With an antenna, whatever its purpose might be.
These caravans must be inhabited. Look, there is smoke coming out of one of them.
This ladder is only held back by a bolt. Closed. This ladder is only...
Look, Holmes, the three Russian brothers.
With a coal stove and dynamite.
What should we do next, Holmes?
And then the dynamite would be very useful for blowing up the tank.
Good idea. But in order that we can get it, we'll have to get them out of there without their knowing we are here. The best thing to do is to carry on exploring this place, Holmes.
An international anarchists' manifesto written in several languages. A wanted poster in Russian with the portraits of the three brothers on it. A metal plate, very solid. I could smoke them out by blocking the pipe, but the air in the caravan would take several minutes before becoming unbreathable. The effect must be immediate and a total surprise. It is... I could smoke them out by... This stall is a washroom. I can see water basins inside. The door can be blocked from the outside. Interesting. Apparently, they are more interested in games than in cleanliness. Gallons of vodka. I pity the people who must have risked their lives in this attraction.
This place must have been magnificent.
Shh. Watson, look. On the stage. Prince Woodville.
And it is with an immense pride that I take possession of the attributes of the crown and swear in front of you to serve my people with... Gentlemen, who are you? I don't believe I know you.
Not as yet, Your Royal Highness, but I am overjoyed that you are familiar with the crowning ceremony.
Of course. A good king should know it.
That makes my duty so very much easier. Let me introduce myself. My name is Howard Sawbury, and I am in charge of the aforementioned protocol and the master of ceremonial events at Buckingham Palace.
Yes, and I'm Sir John Cannard, in charge of the peacocks in the royal gardens.
Congratulations, Sir John. Excellent imagination.
I am pleased to meet you, gentlemen, but what brings you here?
Do you mean to say that no one has informed you? Have you not been in the city? It is Queen Victoria, of course. She has been dethroned.
Really? So soon? According to my special advisor, Professor Moriarty, that should not take place until a few days from now.
The people have decided otherwise, sir, and now they're calling for their new sovereign, the benevolent, most understanding Prince Woodville.
Ah, gentlemen, you bring me great news. My good people have carried out their duty. I can finally take my rightful place, and happily before the bombs detonated.
Actually, sir, we're here to warn you that you are in grave danger.
What do you mean?
Among your close advisors, I regret there are traitors who are already plotting against you. We have reliable information that these terrorists are part of an international anarchist network, and...
Ah, gentlemen, I know who you are talking about. I'm sure you mean the strange gentleman employed by Professor Moriarty. Asians or,
Russians, sir.
Whatever. These men must be stopped before their bombs explode.
They're bombs?
Yes, Sir John. Bombs placed all over London. I was not at all fond of the idea, but Professor Moriarty was quite adamant.
Do you know where these bombs are precisely?
Of course not. But I do know that those anarchists created their exploding devices here.
You must tell us everything that you know about the bombs, sir.
Why should I? You're not a pyrotechnist, are you? I must speak urgently with Professor Moriarty.
They are dangerous anarchists who have committed murderous acts in their own country against the Tsar's line.
That is impossible. The professor assured me of their loyalty.
Moriarty does not require you anymore, sir. He does not wish to give you the throne. He desires it for himself.
The devil.
Sir, we are going to help you. You must tell us where the bombs are planted. The people will never forget a sovereign who began his reign by saving his subjects from such atrocities.
I confess that I do not know where they are. But surely the Russian anarchists must know.
What do the bombs look like?
They appear very complicated. It is impossible to defuse them. I remember that they were put together here, in a wooden stall between two tents, next to the Russian caravans. They were the only ones who had a key, besides that traitor Moriarty, of course.
We're going to try to open that stall.
Wait, I demand an explanation. If everyone is plotting against me, then how do I know that you are not also party to the plot?
But we...
Bring me Professor Moriarty, Mr. Sawbury, without delay. Sir John will remain here with me.
I should be able to remove the prince without endangering Watson's life. I should be able to remove the prince without endangering Watson's life.
And that is why I prefer to have you here as reserve.
I should be able...
guarantee.
I understand, sir. But in return, you must understand that this places me
No,
in a
I
somewhat
cannot leave
disagreeable
Watson alone with
situation.
this madman.
Yes,
I shall have to
understand,
neutralize him.
But the reasons of the state...
Are unfathomable, I know. And I came
I should
here
be
to
able-
render you a service.
Come now. Let us be serious for one moment. What could a peacock trainer possibly do for me?
You underestimate not only me, sir, but also my birds. I believe that a prominence of well-trained peacocks would be the ultimate in royal chic during your crowning ceremony.
You really think so?
I truly do. Why, imagine rows of them displaying at the very same moment that the crown is placed upon your head. Perhaps
These
even a
tangled
few
ropes
carefully
are holding
synchronized
back the
cross
curtains.
to the left and to the...
He's not moving. He appears to have passed out.
But he could come around at any moment and sound the alarm.
Yes, before leaving the theater, we must make certain that that does not happen.
Not so long ago, those words coming from you would have frozen my blood.
Rest assured, my friend, that Sherlock Holmes no longer exists. Get rid of him now. There is a label underneath this lever. Magician's Trap Door, middle of the stage. Exactly where the prince is standing. Hey, presto, it's magic. No more paranoid prince.
Well done, Holmes. Look, Holmes, Prince Woodville lost his ring during the fight.
There is an enormous diamond in the middle of this ring. I will give it to the police later. This magician has a leather belt, very solid. There is a small bag attached to it.
What were these dummies at the front of the stage used for?
The prince put them there to represent his public. Watson, the situation is getting worse. It is no longer a question of simply blowing up the tank, but rather of saving London from a series of attacks. The Russian anarchists construct their bombs here. They must know what has been targeted. The illusionist's smoke powder. Abracadabra! Magic powder and a metal plate. The revolutionaries won't resist it. Hide, Watson.
Water! Water!
The way is clear. Perfect.
I can hear the chinking of a bottle and talk in Russian. The three brothers are quietly getting drunk. Perfect. We must hurry, Holmes. Each chime tells us that the preparation of the poisoned soup is advancing.
I'm coming, Watson. I just need to unblock the chimney.
This caravan is as disgusting as the first one. Wire.
This piece of art shows the hatred the anarchists feel towards Prince Woodville and everything he represents. The names of the targets are written in Russian and are unreadable, in my case, that is, and apparently the brothers have made notes before every name. A small saw. We might need this. The dynamite shells are empty. A pity. Let's see. That's not right. That's not... If these bombs explode, then I believe that the realm will be plunged into one of the gravest crises in its history.
What are you going to do with this information, Holmes?
Hand it across to Inspector Lestrade.
How?
By telephoning him. The haunted house is connected to the telephone exchange. I'm going to try to slip in there discreetly.
Shall I accompany you?
You can help me to get in, but while I search for the telephone, you should collect as much information as you can about the bombs. The explosive experts at Scotland Yard will need it.
Understood.
I can hear. I need to get into the room where the telephone is, but not from the outside. The window must be solidly locked.
I need something. I need something.
It seems that this window is more vulnerable than the main door.
I think it is too high. It's protected by bars with a closed window behind it.
This ladder is only held back by a bolt. This ladder
is not too heavy. I can carry it. This ladder is not too heavy.
I could saw through the bars, being careful to create a passage wide enough. No.
A good idea to use the diamond in the ring, Holmes.
I remind you of the monkey that stole the necklace, do I?
Well done, Holmes.
It's open. It's time for me to go into the beast's lair. Watson, I have no idea how long it will take me to locate the telephone. Use the time to try to get into the stand where the bombs were put together.
I'm on my way. I'll join you later.